Okay, let's do a life update. And I've been wanting to do one for a while, but also not wanting to because I don't really have anything positive to say. So, this video is probably going to be like very negative, and if negativity triggers you, you might want to click off. So, what am I reading right now? I'm um, reading Stephen King, Christine. Um, Very good book. I really recommend. You might think the concept of a demon possessed car sounds kind of outlandish, but it actually works. And you can just see how thick this is. I can usually read a book like 200, 300 pages. It's kind of comfortable for me. This is 644 pages, so I do like a lot of Stephen King books. There's a lot that I'm like still trying to read because they're so long. It takes forever to read. And then my life, do some of you like wonder if like there's a curse over you? I wonder that sometimes about myself. Um, Not in a joking manner, like an actual legit. So one thing I'm focusing on now is trying to make new friends. Um, I've made one so far, which I'm grateful for. It's hard to make friends the older that you get. Um, I've lost a lot of friends over the years, and then recently I've lost friends, and it really sucks, and it's really hurtful, and it's not an uncommon thing. It's totally normal, and most people are not going to be in your life for all of your life. And I think one of the biggest reasons for me that I've lost friends is people getting married. And I don't know, it's just like, well, I have a husband now, so I don't really have time for friends. Sorry. It's just, I don't know. I don't get that. If I was married, I wouldn't ditch my friends. But that's just me. And I think it's really sad how people just leave our lives and they don't want to be a part of our lives anymore. It's really hurtful. And you can only reach out to people so many times, and it's like if they don't want to spend time with you, they don't want to spend time with you. You can't force people to be your friend, just like you can't force people to love you. I don't know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. It's just very sad because it's almost harder to lose a friend than it is a romantic partner because I mean, friends, yeah, some of the best memories of my life were with friends, and it's like they're no longer in my life, and there's nothing I can really do about it. People will move on. And my job is an absolute nightmare lately, more so than usual. I've been at my job for 12 years now this month, and I'm just very sick of the whole overworked, underpaid thing. I'm very sick of being taken advantage of, very sick of being there for people and those same people are not there for me. I'll talk more about that later. I'm sick of the lack of communication. I'm sick of there's no support from management, so I'm on my own on an island. Lately, it's been really bad because our corporate office implemented this new rule with our forms, and so it creates like all this extra work for me and stress. And I have a very high stress job. I have a very demanding job. Um, I don't have a desk job where I like sit down and I do one thing, complete it, and then move on to the next, complete it, and like answer an email here or there, answer a phone call here or there. Like it's legit chaos. Like I get over 100 emails every day. I get my phone's ringing off the hook. And I have like urgent situations that happen every day. So I can be working on like sometimes like four urgent situations at once. And then another urgent situation comes in and they're demanding, like, Amanda, I need you right now and you need to drop everything you're doing. And I'm already working on emergencies. You can understand how that can be absolutely crazy. I don't know how I've done it for this long. But it's like at an all-time high now where it's really affecting me like mentally and physically. I'm to the point now where I like have nightmares about work and panic attacks at night sometimes, and um, not sleeping well, and just no energy like after work. I'm just so exhausted. And then the weekends is really bad too. Like sometimes I have to spend a whole Saturday like literally recovering. It's that bad. So something needs to change. I don't know what to do. Like I think most people would say just go to management and say you have a problem. Like I just said, I don't have any support from management. I never have really. So that's not an option. And so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I can't keep like sustaining this because I work lots of overtime. I've worked overtime for so many months now consistently, and I'm just burnt out. And then my dating life is really bad. I like to take really long breaks from dating because of the bad experiences that I have. um, I realized recently that I have become like a very bitter, cynical, skeptical, non-trusting person. And I didn't used to be like that, but it's like really bad now. And I don't know if any of you can relate with that, but I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to change my views. Once you've been through so many things, like I don't know how you go back to not feeling those things. Like it's to the point with dating that I don't really even want to try because I feel like every time I do try, it's the same thing over and over again. And it's like disappointing. So I'll tell you about the last guy that I was talking to. I'm not even going to say dating because we actually never met. We were talking, like texting for quite a while. And everybody has their different views about online dating and how it should be done and different like rules about it and stuff. But one thing for me, and it's just like a comfort thing, is like I like first meets with people to be short because I like to just get an idea of the person in person and like kind of see how do I feel? Would I like to see this person again? And would they like to see me again, etc. But this guy that I was talking to, he was very pushy and kind of offended when I kept bringing that up. Like, I would rather just have a quick first meet. He's like very offended by that. I've met a lot of guys, like, I've talked to a lot of guys who are like that, like, very offended. why don't you want to spend hours with me? Like, why do I want to spend hours with a stranger? But he kept like asking me, for example, he wanted me to go on a bus ride with him to some like music festival, like hours away. Again, I don't know this guy. I've never met him. Um, and then he wanted me to go to like some family gathering, and I was like, I don't want to meet your family on a first meet. And then he wanted me to go to some other big event also, and it's like I don't feel comfortable going to like hours long big event with somebody that I don't know. And I kept telling him that, and finally he blew up at me over text. And I'll tell you what he said. I'll tell you what he said. So he blew up at me and he said, "You have obvious social issues, and that explains why you look like you're 12. You should be on that Mad TV skit, Lowered Expectations." I've never seen Mad TV really. I don't know much about it. So I looked up this skit, Lowered Expectations, and it's basically like it's basically rejects in the dating scene who get like chronic rejects of dating. And I was like, that is so hurtful and mean. I don't understand why people, and I told him, I said, you didn't have to attack my physical appearance and my personality. You didn't have to do that. Just because I didn't do what you want me to do. Like, I promise that I don't have the capacity for this ever again. I have dealt with people like this. I have dated so many manipulative people and abusive people, and I won't do it anymore. I've just reached a point where I won't do it, and I told him like I was real calm about it and everything, but I said we won't be talking anymore, and I deleted his number. And he kept talking to me, and then like giving an excuse. Oh, I said it because I had a really hard day and blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't care. That's one thing for me is like in arguments and stuff, like you don't attack somebody's looks, and you don't attack, it's name call. I hate name calling so much. I don't do those things. I don't do those things. It's not necessary. You don't need to do that. If you care about somebody, you don't stoop to that level, and you don't do that. Because like I've been through all that before. I've been called every name in the book. Like I've been called the C word and everything. And I don't deserve that, and I don't need to deal with that ever again. I don't have to. And this was just like another example to me of people do not like when I set boundaries, because I told you on my channel, like I struggle so hard with boundaries. It's a constant thing that I'm working on. I think I've made progress, but one of the biggest problems, um, like somebody like me who was never allowed to have boundaries growing up, it's so hard as an adult to learn how to set boundaries because you literally don't know how to do it, and it feels so wrong to do it. And so now, like, one of my biggest things, I try to set boundaries a lot at work, and I can tell that people think I'm a bitch. Like, I can tell that people don't like me anymore because they can't get away with using me and taking advantage of me like they used to. They can't get away with I'm doing parts of their job for them. They can't get away. And it's like, it's hard for me because I don't want to be seen as a bitch, but it's like, I think I just have to tell myself, like, these are not really that good of people if they think I'm a bitch for me not wanting to do their work anymore. I don't know. It's crazy. And so, yeah, after that happened, I was like, I need to take another break from dating because I can't do this. I don't know if I have bad luck or what it is, but I just keep running into the same kinds of people. And yeah, they're just not good to have a relationship. You can't have a relationship with these kind of people. I wouldn't even want to be friends with these kind of people. Okay. So part 2 of this video, I want to talk about, there's another book that I really want to read. It's called Running on Empty, Overcoming Emotional Neglect by Janice Webb. So that's my next book that I want to read. There's like 10 signs that she talks about how to know if you have emotional neglect. And so I want to talk, one of them like stood out to me because it literally is me. One of the signs, and it has like all this sub bullets of a list, so I'm going to read that off to you because I think that this can help a lot of other people out there who feel like me, who have been through what I've been through, and I think talking about it, I think it'll help. So it's called Counterdependence. I think most of us have heard what codependence is, but I haven't really heard of Counterdependence. I've heard of hyper independence, which is like the same thing. So counterdependence is the drive to need no one. And I literally made a video talking before, I think it was called I Don't Need Anybody. So I have this like really bad. And then the next point is fear of being dependent and the fear of being a burden and so striving to be self-sufficient. And it's a feeling that you must always be strong for others, and it's okay for them to depend on you, but you can never show weakness around others, and you can't depend on others. And then any needs that you can't meet yourself are seen as weakness. And then these are the signs that you have counterdependence. You prefer to do things yourself. It's very hard to ask for help. You've had feelings of depression, but you don't know why. You have long-standing wishes to run away. You remember your childhood as lonely. Others describe you as aloof, and they say that you're emotionally distant. You're not comfortable in close relationships. Okay, so I literally have all of those to the T. So bad. And I've talked about it before, but like this is something that I struggle with so badly to this day, and I don't know how to change this, but I have to change this because this leads again to my burnout feeling. This is just another part of that. Another thing I talk about on this channel a lot is insecure attachment and attachment theory and avoidance. And if you're an avoidant, you have counterdependence. So it's really sad, but a lot of avoidance, this is like the core belief is that nobody's gonna meet my needs, so I have to rely on myself only. And I just think that's so sad, but That's been my life. I don't know how to break out of that when that's all I know. Um, like I talked about, I've lost friends now and they're not there for me. At work, I'm there for people all the time and they're not there for me in return. Like the rare times that I ask them for help, they're MIA. I can't depend on you. So what do I have to do? I have to work around it. I have to find a solution around them because they won't respond to me and they're not there for me. But they expect me to drop everything I'm doing and be there for them. I'm just like so tired of carrying everything on my shoulders all the time. I'm so tired of it. It's exhausting and it's so hurtful. The part about being like lonely in your childhood, it's like you had literally had to do everything emotionally by yourself because there's nobody there. You can't depend on anybody. You can't share your problems, the struggles of life. You can't talk to anybody. You have to do it all. You have to take it all by yourself. Anything that happens to you, you have to get through it by yourself. And um it comes, okay, it's the feeling of not being able to rely on others. It comes from the knowing that you literally couldn't. And like one of the people I'm talking about is like, yeah, they should be there for me. And the rare times that I've asked, I didn't get help. So at one time I really needed help, and you want to know what they told me? They said, you need, from here on out, you need to start praying to God for help and don't reach out. Like, you need to ask God and pray about it. So, guess what? I never asked this person for help again. I'm not gonna reach out and ask you for help because you're never there for me. And I don't know why I thought this time would be different, but you're not there for me. So, you know what? I'm not gonna ask you for help. I'm sorry this like really triggers me because there are people in your life who should be there for you and they're not, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so you know what? It's like, I don't know, I have to get other people in my life that, like I said, I'm trying to get other friends and stuff. I need more people. I need something. I love being there for other people. I can't imagine saying that to somebody like, no, I'm not going to help you. You're weak and you need to suck it up and blah, 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 blah. Like, oh. I know I'm talking to somebody right now who knows exactly what I'm talking about and how I feel. And I just want you to know, like, I know exactly how you feel, and it fucking sucks, and people shouldn't have to live life like this. We're human, and we should not have to do everything 100% by ourselves 24/7, 365. We shouldn't. End of story. So yeah, that's mostly what I wanted to say, and hopefully this video helps somebody. If you want to talk about it in the comments, feel free to. And thanks for watching and for listening to me rant. I think some are like 1,000 some pages.